Good morning. All right, so today's salmon, because I tell you, I love my salmon. It's going to be blackened, and I'm going to top it with some crawfish and shrimp etouffee. So my etouffee does not have flour. It's always amazing. Today I'm starting off, I've melted some butter. That's how you start etouffees. You know, you got your butter going. And of course I used my healthy butter. That's amazing. I can't tell the difference, and you know, I know. Anyway, so I've got some chopped up peppers and celery, onions, and then those beautiful little purple onions and a little bit more celery. And I'm just going to put this is on medium, and I'm going to just put my little veggies in there and let them saute. All right. Also, when you're, if you're doing crawfish this year and you know, with all those shells and everything, make a stock. So that's the other thing I've got going on is, I made a beautiful stock. See, with all the shells. Isn't that nice? And then, you know, with the meat, I just put it aside or ate it. Like, you know, this is. And then I'm going to make some shirataki rice, and I'm going to use the stock and the rice, and then I'm going to use my stock in my etouffee. Instead of chicken stock, I'm going to use crawfish stock. When you blacken something, you're just using a blackened spice, which is a Creole mixture of smoked paprika and things like that, and then you just sear it with a Creole seasoning. So that's where the blackened comes in. Anyway, I'm going to do that with my salmon. That's, you know, you saw me, it's that grilled salmon, smoked salmon. So I'll use a piece of that, and then I'll whip up a little healthy etouffee, and put it on top with a little shirataki rice on the side. Yum. Hey, all right, so the other thing I'm doing is when I want something to have like a cream or a milk, I use the coconut milk or coconut cream. Today I'm using a little coconut cream. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take some of it. It's like all kind of watery at the bottom and creamy at the top. I got you something. Hold on. Be right back. Okay. Mommy first. Always. Anyway, I took some of the coconut cream. I'm going to put some of that stock in with it. Let's see. And I'm just going to mix it up. And I'm going to put this in with that shirataki rice. Yeah, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to use the same combination with that. That's awesome. Awesome. So, if you want to watch. Stovetop. That's just a hot pan where I'm putting that milky crawfish stock. And I'm going to add my rice, which I've rinsed it real well. And I'm just going to pour it in there. Okay. I'll let that do its thing. Here you go. Add a little salt, pepper. Salt. Actually, salt's just fine. Put a little bay leaf in there. Check on my. There we go. I also added a few tomatoes. This is looking beautiful. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty. This can be nice. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so I went to the garden. I got a little parsley. And I'm gonna add my parsley. And I'm gonna put in a bay leaf. This goes into the veggie mix, okay? And I'll add a little jalapeno, salt, and okay, I'm gonna need that a little bit. All right. You know what? I'll put a little Old Bay. Little Cajun kick. You don't need too much, or at least I don't, because I've got that stock, and the stock has a kick to it already. Okay, I'm gonna put in that, my stock. The cream I'll put in later. The stock I'll put in now. I'm going to cover it, leave it alone. Okay? It'll come up to a boil, then I'll bring it down and just leave it at a simmer for a little while. Okay? Okay, so we're moving on to the blackened fish. Now the blackened fish, what the blackening is, you're going to pan sear it with butter, and you're going to use a blackening seasoning, which is a Creole seasoning. So you got your smoked paprika, a little garlic powder, a little onion powder. Okay, a little cayenne, a little oregano, and a little thyme, and a little salt and pepper. That's it. Salt, pepper, there. All right, so that's what's gonna go onto my my fish. I put a couple or a few shrimp aside. Then I'm gonna put that spice on, and I'm gonna fry pan sear them up too. It's just visually to go on top, and then one little crawfish. One little crawfish goes into that pot. All right, so you don't want to put this seasoning on too soon, because it'll make your fish salty right before you do it. And we're really not ready for that step yet. Rice is coming along. I've got it at a boil. It's just kind of absorbing the milky, crawfish stock flavor. Okay. And what I'm doing is just letting the juices reduce down. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I just tasted the rice. It tastes good, but I feel like it needs a little lime zest. So one of the things I like to make sometimes is I do a creamy coconut and lime rice. It's delicious. Anyway, this is kind of like that, but it's the coconut lime rice with a little Creole kick, with a little Louisiana in it. I'm adding a little tomato paste to my my crawfish etouffee, my crawfish shrimp etouffee. The rice is like risotto when it comes together. When it hits that point where like everything starts to absorb, and it's like, At that point, I'm gonna add a little butter to it, and it looks nice. And so does my, look, That's beautiful.